Every weekend, millions of people walk into cinemas around the world, buy a ticket, maybe grab a snack, and spend a few hours watching the latest blockbuster. It's a routine as old as modern entertainment itself. But behind that routine is a business model most people never think about. You pay $12 for a ticket, but the cinema doesn't keep most of it. In fact, by the time the movie ends, a big chunk of your money has already made its way back to Hollywood. So how do cinemas stay profitable? Let's break down the economics of that ticket. When you pay for entry, cinemas don't take the full amount. Depending on the movie and the week of release, the distributor, usually a major studio, takes anywhere from 50 to 70% of the ticket revenue. In the opening weeks of a big release, like a Marvel film, the studio often demands the lion's share. It's only in later weeks that the cinema gets a better cut. This is why you see successful movies stay in theatres longer. They become more profitable for cinemas over time. A great example of this was E.T., which was released on June 10th, 1982, and stayed in theatres for 81 weeks, grossing $619 million worldwide in that time. The longer it stayed in cinemas, the higher percentage of that $619 million the cinemas made. This model also directly affects programming. Cinemas are more likely to allocate multiple screens for major blockbusters because the return over time is higher. Indie films, which may appeal to a niche audience but generate less revenue, often get sidelined or dropped quickly. It's a decision based on margins, not artistry. Concessions, however, are the real profit centre. Snacks, drinks, popcorn, etc. While ticket sales often just cover operating expenses like rent, salaries and utilities, concessions drive the profit. In fact, many cinemas generate over 40% of their total revenue from food and beverages. And these aren't cheap. A soft drink that costs 40 cents to make might be sold for $4. A tub of popcorn, often priced at $5 or more, costs less than $1 to make, even after factoring in labour and packaging. This is why cinemas are increasingly focused on upselling food. Combo deals, premium snacks, themed cup drinks, and seasonal menus are all designed to increase spend per visitor. Some chains even use psychological pricing, like $9.99 XL bundles to nudge customers towards more profitable purchases. Cinemas aren't just showing movies, they're in the food and beverage business just as much as they're in the movie business. Lately, cinemas have also realised that to justify higher ticket prices, they need to offer more than just a seat and a screen. Many cinemas now offer recliner seating with more space, better legroom, and privacy. Some chains have moved to dine-in formats where you can order full meals, burgers, sushi, cocktails. Technology is another area where cinemas are differentiating. You've probably heard of IMAX or Dolby Cinema, which enhance picture and sound. But there's also 4D, which adds physical effects, moving seats, wind, scent and vibration, synchronized with the film. It's not for everyone, but it's immersive and memorable. Some venues now market 9D experiences, essentially 4D on steroids, with VR elements, interactive lighting and even game-like features. They're especially popular in Asia and parts of Europe, often tied to action or horror genres. These experiences are expensive to build, but they come at higher ticket prices and premium branding. For cinema chains, it's another way to create an edge over streaming and justify charging more. Streaming has fundamentally disrupted the movie business. Services like Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime have changed consumer habits. People now expect new content at home instantly with no extra cost behind their monthly fee. Worse for cinemas, studios are increasingly choosing to release films direct to streaming. Disney, for example, released several big budget films online during COVID. This threatens cinema revenue at its core. If movies don't go to theatres, there are no tickets to sell, and even when they do, the exclusive theatrical window is shrinking. Cinemas are fighting back by emphasising what streaming lacks: the communal experience. Watching Oppenheimer or Avengers Endgame in a packed cinema isn't just about the movie. It's about the energy, atmosphere, and collective emotion. That feeling can't be recreated on your couch. Then there's the rise, fall, and rise again of drive-in theatres. Drive-ins were once a major part of cinema culture, especially in the US in the 1950s and 60s, offering families a casual, affordable night out. But as land prices rose and indoor multiplexes became more efficient, drive-ins declined. Many closed, sold off for real estate, or became seasonal attractions at best. Then came COVID-19. With social distancing rules in place, drive-ins saw a surprising revival. People could stay in their cars, watch a movie, and still go out. Even now, some drive-ins have remained popular, blending nostalgia with practicality. While they don't generate the same volume or per-screen revenue as multiplexes, they show how adaptable the cinema model can be, and how location-based entertainment is far from dead. So who's winning the cinema business? The largest cinema chain in the world, AMC Theatres, based in the US, with over 11,000 screens worldwide. It's followed by Cineworld Group UK, which owns Regal Cinemas in the US, and Cinemark, another American giant. These chains benefit from economies of scale, negotiating better film deals, bulk buying equipment, and centralizing marketing and logistics. They can afford to invest in premium formats, app development, loyalty programs, and exclusive content deals. For example, AMC's Stubbs A-List subscription lets users watch multiple films a month for a flat fee, locking in recurring revenue and increasing food and beverage sales. Still, even the giants have struggled post-pandemic. Cineworld filed for bankruptcy protection in 2022. AMC had to raise capital and leverage its meme stock popularity just to stay afloat. It's a high-stakes game with slim margins and high fixed costs. So what are the alternative revenue streams for cinemas? Beyond film and food, cinemas are getting creative. Some host live stream sports, concerts or opera performances. Others rent out theatres for corporate events, birthday parties or private gaming sessions. There are even cinemas partnering with education providers to screen curriculum-based content for schools. It's all about utilising underused screen time, especially on weekday mornings and afternoons. These strategies help spread costs over more revenue sources, making the business less dependent on blockbuster releases. Cinemas are no longer just places to watch movies. They're evolving into experimental venues, food and beverage hubs, and community event spaces. But make no mistake, this is the fight for survival. Streaming isn't going anywhere, content windows are shorter, and consumer expectations are higher. So next time you try sneak food into the cinema, remember that the theatre probably aren't making any money off you. The winners in this space will be those who aggressively innovate, offering better experiences, smarter pricing, and stronger value propositions. The screen is still big. The question is, who's going to fill those seats? If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more similar content, subscribe as we upload every week.